Welcome to Life Without Limits Worldwide. I'm glad you joined me today. I think we got a good episode today. But, this channel was created to teach people how to create abundance through self accountability, self acceptance, and responsibility. A life without limits equals addition by subtraction. So, I got scammed today, but it's all good. If you're watching this, and I'm pretty sure you are, let it go. I let it go. I hope you let it go, because if you don't, it's not going to end well for you. I'm just going to be honest. It's not going to end well for you. I will recover. If you hold on to it, you probably won't. So just let it go. Let it go. I'm not mad. I hope you're not mad. Just let it go. You got what you wanted. Let that be enough. Let it be enough. Now, with that being said, today I experienced the lowest of lows and the highest of highs. I got scammed today. It's unfortunate, but it's not their fault. It's my fault. It's totally my fault. And the reason I say it's my fault is because I did not use my discernment. That's my fault. Now, if I was in the same situation as them, I think I would have done the same thing. I can't be mad about that. I cannot. Hey, this particular instance, I happen to be the victim, but it's all good. It's all good. But despite that, I also came across some outstanding people, and I mean outstanding. So I'm not tripping. I'm not tripping at all. I will recover. It wasn't that, for me, it wasn't that much. So it's all good. There's no issue, no problem. So if you're watching this, and like I said, I'm pretty sure you are, let it go. Move on. I understand. But I love Filipino culture for the simple fact that, for the most part, people are loving, caring. They look out for you. Even though I had a bad experience today, I'm not tripping. I'm not tripping because I know that is the exception. That's not a representation of the entire culture. But what I experienced on the second half of today, that's the majority of Filipino culture. And I understand that, and I know that, and I love it, because that outweighs the bad by a long shot. By a long shot. So if you travel the world, you're going to have your bumps and bruises. There may be some times where you do get scammed and you realize it later. And, you just have to take that lump. Don't blame them. Don't blame the country. Don't blame the culture. Don't blame anybody else. Blame yourself because you didn't use your discernment. You let your guard down, and you can't do that. But you're human, right? You're human. It's gonna happen. So just take that lump, learn your lesson for next time. Later on down the line, if someone approaches you or whatever, you'll know. You'll remember that. You gonna bounce back. When you travel to some of these countries, some people, they won't bounce back. So don't be mad at them. Be mad at yourself. You know, or at least maybe even look at it like in a sense of, okay, you helped them. And I know that sounds crazy, but I mean, it's reality. You helped them. Because if they were desperate enough to scam you or to do you like that, they have to be in a pretty bad situation, especially with some of these countries that, the majority are good people. The majority are caring. So, and more so than likely, the people that scammed you are also the same way. But what would you do if you were in a desperate situation? Think about it. Man, I know when I grew up, man, we didn't have electricity a lot of times. I think I mentioned on a past episode where we went a whole year without electricity and water. We had buckets at the gutters to collect water when it rained so that we could take baths and stuff. We was heating our water on kerosene heaters. So, when I think about that and I look at how the majority of other kids were raised, they had power, they had water, running water. So I understand. I understand. But it also taught me the lesson that, and it made me realize. Shouldn't say it taught me. It did teach me a lesson, but for the most part, it also showed me that, like, even when it comes to dating, I need someone that understands me, and the type of person that understands me will be the type of person that has experienced life the same way that I have. The struggle. Someone that's had, I guess the basic necessities, they're not going to understand me. They're not going to have the same appreciation for life or the things that I do. They're not going to have that same appreciation. I was blessed to be born in America where work is abundant. And because of that, I built up my life. I built up and saved up to a point to where I can travel the world. I make great money. I'm in the top 3% in the country, if not the world, in earning as a single man. So I'm not tripping. I'm not angry. I'm not upset. None of that I got scammed today. I'm not upset. I understand. It actually makes me want to cry a little bit for someone to be that desperate to have to do that. But I understand, because if I was in their shoes, I would have did the same thing. I would have did the same thing. I ain't tripping. So, but on the brighter side of things, I went out tonight and met some outstanding people, and it just made me realize how great this country is, how great the Philippines is. It just, it's a great country. It doesn't get the credit that it deserves. Yeah, sure, I had a negative experience today, but I had an even greater positive experience. So, I'm going to go with that part. Um, so, and I also want to convey to my viewers that life has its ups and downs. You have to ride the wave. You have no choice but to ride the wave. And when you on that high, appreciate it. But while you're up there, also learn how to sustain it. Because if you can't just ride it, like I just said, you can't just ride it, but you do have to go with it. You have to understand that you can't control it, but at the same time, you have to recognize where you are and what you're going through, so that you can sustain it when you get to your high, or at least as much as you can, because you can do everything in the world to try to sustain it, but life is going to happen and you're going to hit a low. There's just no way around it. And you also have to understand that life isn't black and white. It's not. As much as we want it to be, it's not. It's not black and white. There's a whole lot of gray area. And, in American culture, where it seems like we have forgotten all about that gray area. And that's where the meat and potatoes is, in the gray area. But, I'm more so than likely gonna touch deeper on this subject when I get home, and probably over the course of me running this channel, is to show you the ups and downs of life and how to deal with it, how to accept it. And I'm going to be as transparent as I possibly can about my life and be an example for you, so that maybe it could help you either get through it, or maybe even help you prevent you even going through it. That's my goal. And whatever you have gone through, just like my slogan, we're going to heal through self-accountability, self-acceptance, and responsibility. That's not made up. I'm living it. I'm a prime example of that. And, and part of the reason why I started this channel is because everything I've gone through, I have built something that can't nobody take away from me. Nobody. I'm a builder. I'm a worker bee. And so are you. As long as you're not looking for a handout, you have to, I hope most of my viewers realize that they have to put in some work. They're going to have to put in the work. It's not going to be easy. It's going to be extremely challenging. And you have to be prepared for it mentally and emotionally. I had made a Facebook post about isolation. Most of society tell you not to isolate. I disagree with that completely, especially now that I have done it. Now that I have done it, no, you need to isolate. Even the Bible tells you to isolate. How can you be still and trust in God if you are religious, if you have not isolated? Think about it. You cannot be still if you're constantly around somebody, if you're constantly dealing with toxic relationships, if you're in that cycle of toxicity, you have to isolate. And when you do that, you understand your mistakes, self-accountability. Then you'll understand that most of the time it wasn't you, and that's self-acceptance. Even if it was you, accept it, self-acceptance, and then take responsibility for it. Now, I agree, most of my previous episodes have not been good. They haven't. I'm not happy with them. And I hope that eventually you see the growth in my channel and in my presentation. And it will continue to grow. But I want y'all to know that Mario cares. Mario understands. Just reach out to me. If you need someone to talk to, just reach out to me. But I hope y'all take care. Be responsible. Accept yourself. And hold yourself accountable. Don't blame everybody else. Don't blame nobody else. Because at the end of the day, it's your fault. And I know that stings. I know it stings. But no matter what it is, the signs were there. But you have to be still and reflect to see it. But I will try to continue to post regular episodes while I'm on vacation. I'm on vacation and I care about y'all so much that I'm still on the clock. I'm gonna stay on the clock for you guys. And for my day ones, I appreciate you. You're in my heart, always and forever. So y'all take care. Peace and love.